sorry, wasn't centered. This is Jenney's first year Latin, chapter 9. I am going to discuss adjectives ending in ER, which is actually not a whole lot different ending in USAUM. It's very similar to whoer, as in endings. You have, for instance, misère, misery, misero, miserum, miserum, misero, trying to censor it and not thinking. Misero, misère, misery, misero, miserum, misero. It's just the singular I put up because it's just very similar to when it ends in US, A, U, M. The A, U, M, feminine and neuter endings are exactly the same. It's just the ER is different at the very beginning, like whoer. That is all I need to show you about ER adjectives. I actually spelled that wrong. I guess I wasn't paying attention. I don't know why I'm fixing it afterwards, but it is IVES. Oopsies. Doing Latin 4 chapters in a row, or whatever, 4 videos in a row anyway. Can really get to you apparently. Okay. Especially when one has lupus. Do you remember what that means? You came up with wolf? You are correct. Okay. If you are listening to misère, yes, the derivative is miserable. Okay. What would you do if you had a wretched farmer? Misère or misera? Agricola. Okay, it's going to be same gender. Agricola is what case? Masculine, so it would be misère agricola. Another thing we have to do is dative takes the indirect object, which you already have learned. Indirect object. We just haven't done it in our sentence yet. So that is with giving, telling, and showing verbs. I'm going to assume that I don't have to write verbs up here, but just so you remember, I want you to write dative, indirect object, giving, telling, and showing in your notebook. So, I gave the girl a gift. You can turn it around and say, I gave the gift to a girl. Dative clearly is 2 or 4 if you can switch it around. And you would put girl you'd put it in the dative. You see in the sentence on page 45 that girl is in the dative. They want you to know that you cannot confuse dative of the indirect object with accusative place to which, and that is with verbs of motion. And you should not be able to confuse that because, as you know, dative is with giving, telling, and showing. And if that is not what the verb is, then you will know that it is not dative. Okay, your vocabulary is liber, libera, liberum, and that you can get liberal from that. Misere, misera, miserum, we already said that is miserable. Noster, nostra, nostrum. One thing you will learn in geography, they call the Mediterranean Sea Mare Nostrum, outer sea. Mare means sea. I'm pretty sure it is neuter, but I will check to make sure I didn't get that mixed up. One sec. Mare. It's always good to check. Yep, Mare Nostrum. Our sea is the Mediterranean Sea. So you might want to write that down for geography. Pulcher, pulchra, pulchrum. Beautiful. And one thing I always thought was a very ugly word was pulchritude, but it comes from beautiful, so it isn't an ugly word. If you don't know what the meaning is, look it up. Sacer, sacra, sacrum. Sacred, holy. You get sacred from that, obviously. Wester, westra, restrum. Your, yours. Ante, before. And we get that from, sorry, I need something to drink. Hold on. So AM is ante meridiem, which is before noon. AM, ante meridiem, before noon. Which means PM, post meridiem, is afternoon. Contra, against, is a preposition with the accusative. Anter, preposition with accusative, between. Ob, also with accusative, because of. Per, with accusative, through. Post, after, behind. Propter, because. Trans, across, over. So I am quickly looking at your exercises. From your word study, read about the prepositions ante, inter, o, per, and trans being used as prefixes on verbs. Also used on prefixes for derivatives if you want to come up with derivatives that come from those. Okay. Looking on A, do number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and 10. And on B, do the evens. Okay, that's it for discussing the chapter. If you have any questions, call, text, or email me. So, voila!